What's good, y'all? Welcome to my second viewing of Endgame, my spoiler discussion of Endgame. I honestly don't know what I'm going to call this video, honestly. Well, a little bit earlier on today, I went to go catch Endgame a second time. As you guys know, this weekend, Endgame is re-releasing with new footage. It was also a post-credits scene. And, of course, this is obviously done so they can, there's one last big push to defeat Avatar box office, which I know they're really, really close. And so first off, you guys might be wondering, okay, Glenn, is this even worth me going and seeing Endgame a second time? Well, if you're a Marvel fan, you obviously are going to probably go watch it a second time, just like I did. But if you're not like a huge Marvel fan, like a hardcore guy like myself, you could probably skip this, honestly, because they don't really add too much new stuff. Like, they had a post-credits scene on it, but they do one thing that I absolutely loved was that they gave in the post-credits. The post-credits scene was essentially a deleted scene was there, but they also gave a small tribute to Stan Lee. They did a tribute for him. Oh my god! Like, that tribute alone is worth the price of admission for you to go watch any other time. Just for that scene, just for that little tribute alone, just for that one alone, I also recommend you go check it out just for that alone, honestly. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about what new stuff that was added in Endgame, what I thought about it. But I'm also going to talk a little bit more stuff I noticed from since I first saw the movie, kind of my updated thoughts on the movie. I'm going to do a lot, and maybe even discuss what I would like to see future in the MCU. So this is going to be a little bit of it. So this is going to be a little bit of everything. This video, but I will say, this video will contain major spoilers for Endgame. Since I already did all my initial thoughts review in my spoiler-free review, or at least my review where I had a spoiler-free discussion. If you guys want to check out my spoilers, my review, it's up in the iCards above. But so yeah, from here we're going to be talking about major spoilers and everything, and yeah. So the new footage, first off, I said Stan Lee tribute, that was fucking phenomenal. I love that tribute to death, man. That tribute was so good. I was like, it was so nice seeing that tribute they did for Stan Lee. And I think it was Anthony Russo that also was showed up on screen. Like, before the movie started playing, which actually, funny enough, before the movie started playing, before Anthony Russo, I think it was Anthony, was that the trailer that they played was for Spider-Man Spider-Man Far From Home, the newest one, where Tony's death is in there and everything, and I'm like, well, fuck me, I'm glad I saw the movie. If I didn't see it, you guys, I would have been spoiled the ending by now if I saw it. Like, I feel bad for anybody who saw Endgame for the first time. This was their first time watching, and boom, this is what pops up. Yeah, let's spoil the movie for them. Granted, most people that are going to be watching this are people that have already watched the movie. I love it. So it's a huge big deal. Besides that, there was no actual added footage. I'm looking up an article right now. See, there's a actual new footage that was actually incorporated into the film itself. But it looks like there wasn't anything that actually got incorporated into the film, like new extended footage. So I wouldn't even really call this an extended cut, because I wasn't under the impression this was going to be an extended cut, like they were going to add deleted scenes in here. But no, they really don't. At least nothing I could pick up on that was added. That was all stuff that was added was in the post-credit stuff. But anyway, the deleted scene that showed up was this one for the Hulk. Hulk saving some people. The CGI is unfinished, obviously. It was kind of like, that's because, I'm so used to seeing the CGI, how good it looks. Seeing it, like, unfinished like this, it's always kind of weird seeing. Like, even the mouth wasn't even moving at all while Bruce was talking, which was also kind of jarring to see. But besides that, so they had the Stan Lee tribute, which, like I mentioned before, fucking phenomenal. I loved it, but I won't lie though. There was something off about it, like the directors of Captain Marvel didn't make any appearances in that little tribute. They showed up Brie Larson when he was on set with Captain Marvel. Hell, most of the interview he was doing was on set for Captain Marvel. Was on set with Captain Marvel when he did his little cameo. But the directors didn't make an appearance. Makes you think, huh? Anyway, so that was just absolutely beautiful to watch. That James Gunn, just be like, "Here's the Stan Lee, the greatest man alive." And that was awesome. Yeah. So we had that, like I mentioned, the lead scene with Hulk. One thing else added, which I swear this is becoming a pattern with Marvel, where they showed off a clip from Far From Home. It was when I'm assuming this was when Mysterio makes his debut. Sam, you got Nick Fury along with Marina Hill. They're going to Mexico to investigate this thing called about where Sandman makes his appearance. And Mr. Mysterio comes out. We see a quick little fight. It was awesome. I was losing my mind. I'm super excited for Far From Home, as you guys know. So I'm definitely looking forward to watching Far From Home in actually next week. Actually, it's coming out pretty soon. So I have to sell for that. Now let me discuss the film itself and new stuff that some new stuff that I know. There's new stuff, updated thoughts I have for the film, and just some new stuff that's gotten overall. First off, I must say, okay, I don't get this. Can somebody please explain to me why people are confused about the whole thing with Cap being going back to the past and living out his life, and then coming back to and then when he comes back on the Back to the Future and hands the shield off to Falcon. Which I mentioned in my original review, I kind of wish it was Bucky, but I completely understand why they picked it to be Sam. Still, when I rewatched it again, I still could have liked to see Bucky had the mantle first, just because of the relationship and everything. But I completely understand why they gave it to Sam Wilson instead of Bucky. As we know, Bucky's going to be known as the White Wolf. He's going to probably make appearances in future Black Panther sequels, which I'm hyped to see those. But I still kind of wish he rocked the shield, That's just me. But I completely understand why they gave it to Falcon. But I don't understand why people can't understand why Cap went back to the past. Like, I've been seeing people complain. The Russos themselves had to come out and explain this shit. And I'm just like, why? Like, when I saw that on my Twitter, I just facepalmed through my head. I was like, how? Why? I'm sorry. I don't mean to come off as some condescending comic book snob, but is it too much to ask you just to pay attention? Like, this is something that's been set up since Captain America the First Avenger. Since the post-credits scene in there, it's kind of been obvious Cap's wanting to go back to the past. He's always wanted to go back to the past. If anything, you all should have seen this coming. I sure as hell did. And I sure as hell did. And, it was beautifully done how they did it. But I don't understand why people are coming like, oh, why did he do this? This makes no sense. Or, like, people are confused about it, which I'm just like, why? This has been brought up throughout all of his movies. In First Avenger, Winter Soldier, Civil War, they've all been brought up about how much Cap wants to go back to the past. It was like his whole flashback in Ultron was him having to dance with Peggy. Like, am I asking? Are the Russos asking? Like, I don't want to come on with some condescending prick, but Jesus Christ, can you is it too much just for you to pay attention? Is your attention span that small? I don't know. That's just me. That's me. That's something I just found really, really weird. Like, I don't get it why people can't seem to grasp this when it's not that hard to understand at all if you just, pay attention. I don't know. Enough of me rambling on about that. So, another thing I noticed, which this is something I found after I saw the movie for the first time, was, you guys remember the kid from Iron Man 3? He actually makes an appearance in the movie at the funeral scene at Tony's death. Which I didn't catch him when I first saw the movie. I didn't catch that because I was in the middle. I was mourning too, and I was just too busy on the verge, being on the verge of tears, But oh my God, seeing Tony's death again. My God, when you had Morgan say she wants cheeseburgers and Happy wants to I'm gonna get those cheeseburgers in the world, I was like clenching my shirt, being like, fuck. That was like, can someone explain what's going on with her? Like, apparently people like bullying her or something. Like, I saw something on my Twitter from Arminies, the guy that runs Comic Cast 2, and he's like, why is everyone picking fights with a 7-year-old? What the fuck is wrong with it? What's going on? Like, seriously, if any of y'all can enlighten me on that, please do in the comments section below. Link me to a video, link me to some tweets, because I want to know what the hell is going on with that. But that scene, that was just heartbreaking to rewatch, man. I was just like, because that called back to this first to Iron Man 1, man. That was, oh my God, oh man, that killed me. And seeing the whole everyone kind of come back together, the Avengers assemble scene, that was just fucking epic to watch, man. What I was saying, so the kid from Iron Man 3 makes an appearance at the funeral scene, which I didn't catch first time. I found this after I saw the movie, and I was just like, yes, thank you, finally. Because I don't think I mentioned it in my review at all, because I think as soon as I got home, I started recording it. But I found out that he actually made an appearance in there as well. Which I was so happy, and I was so happy that he was in there, because you guys know how much I love Iron Man 3. It's one of my favorite MCU movies. Honestly, probably the most underrated one. And I've gotten really sick and tired of Kevin Feige just acting like it doesn't exist. Like, the ending of Iron Man 3 was that Tony was done being Iron Man, but then boom, he's back in the suit in Age of Ultron. But I'm glad that Kevin Feige has slowly started to, act like, yes, it is still part of the MCU with bringing up about how he's had PTSD or anxiety over Thanos, which was a huge thing in Iron Man 3. And, of course, the kid. The kid's in here, too. He attended Toy's funeral, which I almost didn't recognize him because it's been so long. And he's grown up a lot, actually, since, 2013? It's been about 6 years. Which I love it. It was nice seeing him again. It was nice seeing him. I'm glad that we saw him return. I'm glad he was there. I thought if Kevin Feige didn't put him there, I wouldn't even have complained. But I'm glad Kevin Feige went out of the way to get the kid back, or the Russos, whoever's idea was. I tip my hat to you, good sir, for actually bringing in that closure from Iron Man 3. I thought that was a nice little touch there. One other thing I've noticed, a lot of people have been claiming that I've been hoping that I've been saying a lot about Robert Downey Jr.'s performance and how it's Oscar worthy, that deserves an Oscar. Okay, this is kind of the thing with me with that. Now his performance in this movie, yes, this is probably his best performance since Iron Man 3, which Iron Man 3 was like my best performance I've seen of him. I don't know if I like this more than Endgame. That's the kind of issue, because with the Endgame, it's just everything that has with the time travel and everything. But with Iron Man 3, it was him with the panic attacks with all the panic attacks and everything. So I don't know. A part of me likes Iron Man 3 more, but but after I rewatched that whole scene with Howard when Tony meets his father Howard, then I think I would say this is definitely his best performance. I would definitely say this is better than his performance was in Iron Man 3. In Iron Man 3, I was praising his performance. I don't know where y'all were at with that one, but I digress. But one thing about now, would I say it's Oscar worthy? I wouldn't go so far as to go. I would say he's worthy to be in the cup in the. I would worthy to be. He would be. I say he's worthy enough to be in the discussion, but I don't think I would. I would not be someone that would campaign for his performance. While it's amazing, it's nowhere near as good as Hugh Jackman or Patrick Stewart were in Logan. That's my first pick. Y'all know how fucking pissed off I was when they didn't get nominated. So if Robert Downey Jr. doesn't get nominated, which he won't. Let's be honest, the Academy hates superhero movies for whatever reason, because I don't know, they're popular, they make money, I don't fucking know what their beef is, but let's be honest, unless Robert Downey Jr. dies, God forbid that happens, he ain't getting nominated, and he sure as shit ain't winning. So yeah, I would definitely say he's worthy of being. I would definitely say he's worthy of being part of the conversation, but I don't think I would go that far to say he deserves an Oscar. I would definitely say he'd be worth part in the conversation, but I don't think I would go that far, because it's nowhere near as good. It's not as good as Hugh Jackman or Patrick Stewart were in Logan. I'm sorry. So yeah, there was that. What else? The whole scene with Howard, that whole scene with Howard Stark when Tony met his father. Because when I saw this movie a second time. But I saw the first time, you guys know I was just fanboying like crazy. It was like every Marvel fan's wet dream. That was what Endgame was. So, and I was fanboy. I even said that it's the greatest superhero movie of all time, better than Dark Knight and everything. Which, when I saw this movie the second time, I wanted to look at it from a more of a critical eye, less of a fanboy perspective. I would still fanboy scenes, and of course, one other thing I gotta say, my experience was nowhere near as good as I saw it first. Because the first time it was like opening weekend. I saw it with a bunch of other fellow Marvel fans. I went off. I saw it in IMAX and everything. Here, there was a bunch of people here in Ridgecrest. The crowd was not there. The crowd wasn't losing their mind during scenes at like when we were when the Avengers came up, Captain Marvel showed up, and all that cool shit. Like nobody was losing their minds. Although I did hear this woman that was sitting in the row across me to the stairs to my right was actually sniffling throughout the last part of the movie after when Tony died. And I was just like, I feel your pain, sister. I feel your pain. But would I go so far after watching this movie a second time? Would I still say that this is indeed the greatest superhero movie ever made, better than Dark Knight? I don't know. Like, a part of me thinks that, yeah, The Dark Knight's better. That is an overall better movie, or better film, I should say. It is a superior film, but with everything Endgame did, and when I saw that end credits, and I saw the end credits again, and of course when the original guy showed up, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, they all showed up in the post-credits, and they did their little signatures, little clips of them. When I saw that again, I was like, fuck, I want to say Endgame is better than The Dark Knight. I don't know. I think I need to rewatch The Dark Knight again, and then I can probably fully give my thoughts on which one I would think is better. That's just me. So I won't go that far as to say that this is better than The Dark Knight, but I would definitely say this is definitely second place. I do like this movie a lot more than Logan. Mostly because of the fan service. Because, like I mentioned before, this movie is every Marvel fan's wet dream. The only thing that could make this better if Spidey suddenly got the Venom symbiote. I would have lost my shit if that happened. But yeah, Brie Larson. I would like to. I wish there were some more clips added with her. We don't see really anything new with Brie Larson with Captain Marvel. I would like to see more Carol. You guys know I like Carol. Because I know there was I saw set photos or something of her. Actually, right when Tony is brought back to the Avengers headquarters, she talks with with Black Widow, but that's not in the movie. And I was hoping that we would see it in the extended cut or this re-release, whatever you want to call it. But nah, he's not. But nah, it's not in there either, which kind of sucks. But I'm guessing they're gonna save that for the Blu-rays. At least that's what that's at least what I think anyway. So yeah, that whole scene with Howard was just I remember that scene was when I saw that the second time. My God, that's probably one of my favorite moments in Endgame. I love the scene when I saw it the first time, but when I saw it again the second time, and I was actually paying attention to this more instead of just being like, oh my God, they're gonna get the pin particles and everything. That scene was really, really well done. My God, Robert Downey Jr.'s performance and the guy that plays Howard Stark. That's honestly one of my favorite moments in Endgames. Which is saying because there was some crazy shit in Endgame with and I was still almost on the verge of tears again when everyone started showing up and T'Challa showed up, man. Oh my God, that whole scene, I still got goosebumps and chills all over my body when I saw it the second time, man. That scene is so fucking epic, man. When my King T'Challa shows up and he's right there with everyone else. Fucking epic, man. It was badass. And of course Carol comes out there and she starts wrecking shit. That was fucking epic too. But yeah, I don't really got much more to say with this movie because literally everything I did say was in my original review. But yeah, I love this movie. I would definitely recommend you guys go check this out a second time if you have not checked out. I would definitely like I mentioned before, the Stan Lee tribute alone is worth the price of admission. Plus, you'll get a new poster if you go to an actual big theater chain like Cinemark or AMC. Because I didn't get the poster unfortunately here, but yeah. I love the new poster, by the way. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. This movie was just so fucking epic. It was a joy to rewatch it. It was such a joy. Because I was because I saw Infinity War 3 times. I was like, man, I need to see Endgame at least twice. But I finally did. And I will say, I am very curious what they're going to do with Sam as a final, which I gotta say, Marvel Comics, you might want to start taking some notes, because if you want to pass the torch of one character to another, this is how you take out the mantle and hand it over to another. Not one just be like, oh yeah, fuck you, let's put this minority character in there and call it a day. This is how you do it. This felt earned. I love what they did when Cap hands him the shield. He says, no. I don't think I will. That whole scene, man, I fucking love it, man. I love this movie so much, man. Endgame, without a doubt, is a fucking man. On second viewing, it is still a fucking masterpiece. I would still give it a 3,000 out of 10. And I'm so excited to see what the rest of the MCU has in store. Post Endgame, I'm so excited for Far From Home. So yeah, tell me what you guys thought down below. Have you seen this re-release? What you guys think of it? What you guys think of the deleted scenes? Tell me that down below. And anyway, guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. It's